Hello, dear friends, and everybody else, eczema sufferers, everybody who's on this healing journey to heal their body. Welcome. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience so far healing my eczema with diet naturally, and because it marks a anniversary today of some sort. It's been 3 months that I've started the carnivore diet and that I actually made that decision to heal. So that's a really important step on the way to consciously make that decision to heal and say, hey, I'm not going to live my life like this. I'm going to figure out a way to heal my body and to heal my skin, to heal my eczema. So that was on December 17th, 2022 for me. So that's about 3 months ago. That's when I started experimenting with the carnivore diet. And about a month ago, on February 14th, I started doing the lion diet. So a very strict carnivore diet where you only eat beef, basically. And about 2 weeks ago, I started slowly introducing some other foods using the GAPS protocol, which is a protocol designed to heal the gut and to heal autoimmune disease in general. So those were the steps I've taken so far to heal my eczema, and yeah, it has been going really well actually. The first few months were really tough because I didn't see much progress, but especially in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I really saw a lot of improvement. And I'll show some pictures of what it looked like before, so you can compare it to what it looks like now. And I would say I'm about 95% cured of eczema. I still have, like, it's barely visible. Like, there's maybe a really, really faint red and dry patch on my neck. I used to have it really bad on my arms, but as you can see, it's pretty much all cleared up. Like, it's pretty amazing to see for me, like how not red it looks. It's quite amazing. My left arm was always a little bit more inflamed, but even here it's barely visible. Like, there's a little bit of dryness around here that you can still see the outline of where the eczema used to be. But if you look at the pictures of what it looked like before I started this diet and made the decision to heal this eczema, it looks completely different. And I just wanted to, I think, like, these, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to promote any specific ideology. I'm not like a religious carnivore, whatever it is. All I care about is healing this disease, healing autoimmune issues. And if I can share that journey, if I can share that success with other people, that's so valuable to everyone out there, and to myself as well. And hearing feedback from people that, find inspiration in the journey that I've gone through. That's all I could ask for ever. So just really important for me to share this information out there and to relieve unnecessary suffering. So hopefully this can help you as well heal. And I must say, I also wanted to talk a little bit about how it feels now that actually most of my eczema has cleared up. And to be honest, I'm still having kind of trouble actually coming to terms with it, with being clear of eczema. And because it hasn't been that long, I still feel kind of an apprehension about it. Like, I check my skin every day, every evening, every morning when I wake up. I'm like, has it gotten worse? Oh no, is it more red? Is it more inflamed? Like, you get kind of paranoid about certain things. And I think it's going to take me some more time to actually believe and have true faith in the fact that my body is capable of healing itself and maintaining that health, as long as it receives the right nutrition and the right building blocks to keep the body healthy. So I think that's just taking more time than I initially realized, but that's okay. Like, I'm trying to take it step by step and go as slowly as I need to in order to heal further and to remain healthy. So that's the main concern for me, obviously. Um, what's also really interesting is that because I used to be quite isolated socially, when I was starting the diet, when I was starting to heal, and because you just don't, if you feel bad in your skin and you feel bad in your body, you don't really feel the need or the urge to actually see other people or to socialize as much. At least that's what it was like for me, and I suspect for a lot of other eczema sufferers out there. So I'm still a bit in that mode, of not doing that much, not going outside that much, not interacting socially that much. So I'm still kind of in that cave, in that health cave, more or less, which is fine. Eventually, I will try to transition out of that and get back a bit more active into life outside. But for now, I'm still, I think, in the transition from healing to being healed to having confidence in my own body and the health of my own body and the stability of the health in my own body. Because I think as soon as I would see any kind of symptoms come back, I would just go back and retreat to the cave and go back to the basic health protocol that I've started with that actually induced me to heal. So yeah, that's just a quick update from me, I think. As far as what I'm doing right now in terms of diet is that it's mostly still meat-based, so I'm eating beef and chicken as my main sources of nutrition during the day, pretty much with every meal. And I always make sure to get organic, grass-fed beef and pasture-raised chicken. So none of these animals have been fed with grains. That's really important to me, first of all, for the animals to have a good life, a good well-being during their lifetime, because that translates into good health for us if we consume those animals. If the animals are unhealthy or stressed all the time, they release toxins into the meat, and if we consume that meat, then it makes our bodies sick or not as healthy as they could be, at least. So that's really important. That's the basis. And along with this meat, I usually consume some kind of meat broth. So I make chicken broth, chicken meat broth. I find it more easily digestible. It's a bit more easy on my digestive system than beef broth. I've talked about this before. So I just take a whole chicken. I buy a whole chicken from an organic farm, pasture-raised organic farm, and I put the whole chicken into the pot and boil the whole chicken for a couple hours. So that will give you a nice meat broth, which is very, very rich in collagen, which is very rich in essential fats that your body needs to heal your gut, especially your gut lining. And that will allow your body to be less exposed to toxins and other undigested or partially digested food particles. So that's super important to consume a lot of collagen. If you can, what I have been doing as of yesterday actually is to get a whole chicken, like a whole chicken with the feet and the head, and to boil that. Now, it was a bit challenging if you're not used to dealing with dead animals that much. If you didn't grow up on a farm or the countryside, it's a bit strange as an urban kid to just see this whole chicken in its full shape and to boil that in your pot. So it's a very strange experience, but it also makes you appreciate what you're eating much more. I was feeling very humbled by seeing the end of an animal's life so vividly in front of my eyes, because it's different than if you're buying chicken wings or you're buying chicken breast in the supermarket and it comes in these nice packages and you just put it in the pan, and it's a completely different feeling because it's so removed from the actual animal source that you don't feel this connection to this being that you're actually consuming. that you're actually eating, and that has given its life to nourish you and your body and to heal your body. So that has been very interesting. It's been an interesting experience. I'm not sure yet if it has changed me, my approach to eating. But yeah, I definitely feel very humbled and very thankful to this chicken for, giving its life to give me life. So that's been something new in my diet. So as I said, that's the basis of what I'm eating now: the beef, the chicken, along with the broth. That really covers. I consume that at every meal. That covers all my bases, and that's the basic ingredients that I would go back to and I would start with every time if I would have to go back or start this diet over. Besides that, slowly I'm trying to see which foods would be most suitable to introduce next. And to do that, I'm following the GAPS protocol, which has been developed by Dr. Natasha Campbell-McBride, and it's specifically designed to heal autoimmune issues like eczema and asthma and allergies. And I'm following the guidelines to potentially introduce new foods. So for example, I tried eating a soft-boiled egg together with the broth and the meat yesterday. That's one of the first foods that's recommended to be introduced. And then you wait a day or two, see how your body reacts, especially listen to your digestive system. Is there bloating? Are you having other digestive issues, diarrhea, constipation, anything like that? If everything goes well, you continue introducing more of that food. So egg was the next thing on the list, soft-boiled eggs. You can also start with just the egg yolk if you're having trouble with the egg white. And then I'm also looking at adding some fermentation, some probiotics in the form of fermented foods to my diet. Now, I've had some success with that in the past when I was still eating a very mixed diet, and I included some fermented foods there like sauerkraut and kefir. And those foods did help me heal to some degree in the past. So I'm confident that they are able to repopulate my gut flora and help my body rebalance the bacteria and the enzymes so that it can function properly and is able to remove toxins and inhibit the overgrowth of other bad bacteria that may cause harm if they overpopulate the gut. So this is also following the GAPS diet, introducing fermented foods, and especially the juices from fermented foods first. So what I've been trying in the past few days is I made homemade sauerkraut, which is just cabbage that is in brine, fermented for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, around that time frame. And during that time, the cabbage ferments and a lot of bacteria develop in the brine, and those are very beneficial bacteria for us in our gut to have in our gut. So I simply take the juice, I strain the juice from that sauerkraut, and I just add a teaspoon or a tablespoon more to the broth that I'm consuming when it's nice and cooled off, so the bacteria survive. And then I drink that together with the broth, and just try 1 tablespoon first, see how it goes, and if it goes well, then you can start adding more. But start with the juices. It usually helps the body digest the food more efficiently because the enzymes in the probiotic and the sauerkraut juice, for example, help pre-digest all the food particles that you're consuming, and it makes it easier for your stomach acid and for your digestive system to extract the nutrients from the foods that you're eating. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm thinking my next step is probably gonna be trying to introduce some fermented dairy. I'm quite careful with the dairy. I didn't have strong reactions to it in the past, but I did have when I was a kid. I did have some blood allergy reactions to dairy, so I'm a bit careful. But the benefit of fermented dairy is also that the lactose and most of the milk proteins in dairy are removed if they're fermented for a long time. So an example of this would be yogurt, sour cream, or kefir, which has also a lot of these beneficial bacteria for our gut, but less of the lactose and the other potentially less digestible substances in dairy. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This has been a long video, a long explanation of what I'm doing right now, but I think it's important. And as always, if you have any comments, if you're on a similar journey, if you're starting to want to heal your eczema, if you're having other autoimmune issues and you are looking to heal them, please, leave me a comment and let me know how it's going. What are your experiences like? Because it really helps me understand more about myself and about what other people have gone through. And so just let me know how it's going in your life. And I hope to make an update very soon, and potentially also talk to some more people, interview some more people on podcasts. That would be fun as well. So until then, stay healthy and take care of your bodies. Bye.